Welcome everybody, it's Unstoppable Steletsy, and we got ourselves a nice Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition casting game that is not on a snowy and icy map. So yeah, another deathmatch with Chinese for Eliyah, facing against Ethiopia. Just like the last match, we'll see how it goes this time. However, there's a bit of changed geography here, so we'll just pay attention to it real quickly. The map appears to be Mesopotamia, I believe, so you got the Tigris and Euphrates rivers here. You have to cross through the little fords in the river here to get through them. Also, in general, if you don't want to go towards these trading posts on the sides, your pathway would be straight from here to here. Leading to a lot more direct fighting this time around, so we'll see how all this goes, okay? Let's begin. Alright. So, China goes for Consulate, Mountain Castle, War Academy. Exact same build order as last time. What does Ethiopia do? Ethiopia starts constructing houses. Again, their war camps up. Should probably put up a livestock market as well and get some of their meatables on there, their herdables going. Start gathering some of their herbals there so they can trade off resources as needed. Yep, they got some of their zebus over here to help them out. So what's going to be the... Oh, wow. Oh, these are just the sentries and the regulars this time? Yep. Yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing two cities without mercantilism facing off against each other. You know, they don't have the privilege of having like 5 shipments directly accessible to them. They only get their first shipment after a little bit of time of construction and those build bounties stacking up. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight to see if Ethiopia finally has what they need to do this. You know, this is like the third Ethiopia we've seen at this point, I think. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, let's see if they got it now. It's now or never. Right? They better do this or Ethiopia will forever be lost in the matchup between Chinese and Ethiopians in Deathmatch. So they're going with the similar roster again. Neftanyas, Levy Gunners, and what else? Showtells this time. Now this could change things up a bit, you know, the Showtells, you know, decent hand cav style unit. Do get a bit of a multiplier against skirmish to help them out too. So yeah. Got a bit of an interesting combo this time around. I wonder why they haven't changed the Step Rider over to the new multiplier system yet in skirmish. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Kind of interesting, actually. Yeah, so now we see the Netanyas doing a decent shooting job there. The Showtells, wow, they're definitely doing some work this time. I definitely like how the Showtells definitely do some assistance in terms of fending off the flamethrowers for a bit. Yeah, now here comes the Ormos. Here comes the Ormos I was talking about. Let's see if the Ormos can maybe help out a little bit. Yeah, right now we see the Ormos doing a lot of melee work with their Showtell swords, trying to hack their way through the meat shield, which is the Chinese army, so they can hit those flamethrowers. But it does look like they're having some trouble with that, you know, once China starts stacking up all those Arquebusiers and the counter-dragoons from the Russian consulate, that's where everything seems to fall apart, really. And then you'll get left with the bare bones and the Neftanyas struggling to survive against the onslaught of cav and flamethrowers. Yeah, these Cossacks, pretty deadly combination, apparently. So you definitely don't want to throw Levy Gunners right at the fight like that. I know you got quite a bit of influence to work with, but try to manage your stuff a little bit more, you know. You gotta do this very carefully. But I could tell overall, it seems like the Ethiopia versus China fight is always a bit skewed, it seems like. So yeah, definitely. Now in terms of defense, at least they have a couple of guard towers now to help out with the defensive bit. I'm not sure how long that's going to help keep these defenders, but they're going to have to try their best here, honestly. So these are 10 build shipments, so yeah. Very quick way to get your farming going once started. If you're really going to need it against this China city. You know, they don't end up it seems like at this point, China really doesn't waste a lot of food because they were able to let the flying crows and flamethrowers and tambors do all the work for them. You know, they were able to lose a minimum number of troops, and it seems like most of the Chinese losses in the melee units where a big stack of those arquebusiers last throughout the match. Meaning, really, China doesn't really have to recover a large part of their army when they're fighting. And then, of course, you got the export for the consulate, so some of that medium I can handle with the export, you know, with the Cossacks, which you see right here. The Cossacks actually doing fairly well at cutting into the levied gunners and giving the backwards artillery enough cover to start making a siege onto the guard towers and then the palaces around the Sufi settlement. Yeah, honestly, not even worth grabbing the Sufi at this point because, yeah, you just got so much spam here. I don't even think Sufi cab archers would even help you at this point. Because for them to really do substantial work here, they'd have to like get their lances out and start poking their way to the arquebusiers, and I just don't see them getting through this giant mass of Cossacks. They really don't. Yep, here comes the Gatlin camels. No, these are Berber camels, actually. Berber camels. Now, Berber camels, you know, interesting unit. They're basically like a melee version of the Dragoon, you know, like the old Napoleonic Depth's Head Hussar unit. But, yeah, completely shredded by the arquebusiers and the artillery and the everything else. Yeah, it seems like the Chinese are starting to get their Quizzle Bash now. The villagers aren't gathering food. Why aren't the villagers gathering food? They're waiting for you to bring them to McDonald's or something? Get a Big Mac and some French fries? Yes, second time. That's bad. Yes, second time. Yeah, I mean, if you came and gather economy with your villagers because they're not, you have to like right click on them. It seems like the return of the old Age of Empires 3 Wars of Liberty crops, like the old crops, you know. Basically sitting there with a farm of like 20 hours waiting for the wheat to grow and then, you know, stabbing the field with your pitchfork and then it magically turns to food. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully devs fix that, you know. We definitely don't want to return the Wars of Liberty crops for the Africans. That'd be a nightmare. A real nightmare. So, post-game, nothing else has really changed here. More resources for Ethiopia, still doesn't cut it. Yep, same Chinese kill count just about, a little bit offset, but same principle. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little mini-series of Eliyah Chinese Deathmatch 1v1s, because there's been quite a few of them, you know. I saw them all in a clump and I figured I'd download them and see what they were. And turns out they're all thematically the same, you know. And apparently this one was done previously before that match I did last time. But again, I wanted to say, why don't we do all the ice and snow ones first and then get the touch and grass one last? Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed all of them, though. You know, I definitely did. We learned a lot about Chinese Deathmatch gameplay, as well as a bit about Ethiopian and British. So, thanks for watching all those. If you like any more of the casted games I do, always check those out, or any of my gameplays. This is Unstoppable Steletsy, and now I am leaving this match. Signing off now.